choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
I got one thing to say about Cushenbery. To me, he was the best customizer in our group. He was one of the best idea design guys, too. He was terrific. Bill was absolutely unbelievable.
Bill Cushenbery was among the most influential custom car designers and builders of the mid-20th century. Born in Wichita, Kansas, Bill learned the art of metal shaping in his father's shop. But his dreams of building show cars took him to Monterey, California in 1957, where he opened a shop and began chopping and rebuilding factory cars into one-of-a-kind masterpieces like the El Matador. This car attracted a clientele seriously interested in show cars, and Bill built several that are legendary. But the car Cushenbery is best known for was called the Silhouette. With this first scratch-built custom car of its kind, Bill won the Tournament of Fame Award at the 1963 National Roadster Show in Oakland, California, and was thrust into the company of a small group of men who dominated the West Coast show car scene. After his success with the Silhouette, Bill designed and started building what would become his last custom car, the Silhouette 2 Space Coupe, a one-of-a-kind, handmade aluminum body on a Corvair chassis with a bubble top. And since the car was so low to the ground, his original design had no doors. You simply stepped into it.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Here's Bill working on the Space Coupe in his Monterey shop in 1963. No doors. Meanwhile, down in North Hollywood, George Barris's shop had more work than they could keep up with. George encouraged Cushenbery to relocate near him, and as soon as Bill moved, Barris sent over his latest commission.
Tell you how good Cushy was? I had him do all the fenders on our Batmobile. The car was all metal, and I said, Cushy, I need help. I said, we got to get this thing done in 3 weeks. I'll be there, George. And he came down there, and he shaped those fenders out.
Bill continued work on the Space Coupe between commissions from Barris, and he refurbished cars for Steve McQueen and Frank Sinatra and several owners of Mercedes 350 SLs, the car that introduced gull-wing doors, which clearly inspired Bill with a new design idea for the Space Coupe. Here he is in his North Hollywood shop in 1966 fashioning gull-wing doors, although they don't hinge on top like the 350 SLs, but at the back of the bubble. Another Cushenbery innovation. Sadly, before Bill could finish the car, he had a falling out with his financiers and moved to another shop, thinking that once the dispute was over, he would get the Space Coupe back and finish it. Unfortunately, that never happened, and the Silhouette 2 Space Coupe went missing for 3 decades, popping up in a few shops over the years, but ultimately lost to Bill forever. He passed away in December 1998. 5 months later, in May 1999, Carl Green, another car customizer, found the Space Coupe on a ranch in El Cajon, California, in terrible condition, having sat out in the elements for years. Carl hauled the much-abused car to Darryl Starbird's Rod and Custom Hall of Fame Museum in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he patched it up enough to exhibit briefly, then stored it for several years until he moved it back to California in 2008. That's when I got involved. My name is Barry Gramillion. I began making a documentary about my old friend Carl Green's exciting enterprise to complete this historic car.
boy. Oh, look at that.
I knew about Bill and I met him a couple of times at shows. Well, then I never really got acquainted with him until we started doing the custom car caravan, the AMT, thing where we traveled around the country, and then I did a lot of shows with Bill. See, Bill and Barris didn't get along really well, so they would put me and Bill together and we'd do a show. So I did a show with him in Florida, and we went out on a boat, and we went out and I went water skiing in Florida, and I met Bill and his wife, and that's where we really got acquainted. And after that, we were really good friends.
Now, this panel I made a couple of days ago. This is for the back behind the bubble. It's the hinge panel between the deck lid and the bubble, or the doors. I've shaped it in the same manner as I did the rear section, shrinking this edge, hammering over the edge and then shrinking it, and I put a return in it so it's shaped the same way that the bubble is shaped, so it has a bit of character rather than just doing a straight line. It also gives it far greater strength if it's got a return in there as well. It's far stronger, any panel's far stronger when it's got a recess like that. So I'm just going to put this on the back of the car and then we can see if it lines up and with the starting to tack this together now with the tacking the alloy pieces together so I can get a nice weld through here to join the edging piece to the first part of the panel here, and that's the first step. We just tack it along there together to hold together, and then after that we can do the full weld and then dress it up. Last time we started making a new top for this only to repair the damage which was through from here to about here, but I hammered a bit up here and started dressing at the top there, and unfortunately it was fractured badly, so I decided to put a whole new rib or backbone on the thing because unfortunately it was beyond redemption. The treatment we gave the rear end is, once again, what Bill was envisaging to design in the original drawing. Come down, that's right, yeah, about like that. That's pretty good.
How's that?
That's pretty good, yeah. So that's the look we'll get, which is certainly different for 1964. The other piece that we had made on the back, of course, is the continuation of Bill's design, which is the air brake. Now Bill designed, on his first drawings he had this in the back of the car, and this was activated when you put the foot on your brake. This was to come up. The shape of it will follow exactly the radius of the back of the fenders here, of the quarter panel. So it'll look quite nice, but it'll be level with that. So it'll look like an additional part of the unit as it sits on there, like that. It'll be just off the level, like so. And that'll make a nice little touch to the rear end, I think.
Carl's health was failing, and Willie left for Germany, where he had been commissioned, coincidentally, to work on a prototype for the new Mercedes SLS AMG Gullwing car. So the completion of the Space Coupe was once again put on hold.